Hello, everyone. My name is Dr. John Delatorre, and this is another video in the collaboration videos for the Arizona Psychological Association and the Arizona Psychiatric Society. In this video, we're going to discuss how to cope with post-election stress. And I would like to start with my guest, Dr. Burrell.
Hi, I'm Dr. Evelyn Burrell. I am the diversity representative for the Arizona Psychological Association and the president-elect for the Arizona Psychological Association. So I'm really excited to kind of take a moment to really talk about what's going on right now and just kind of the energy of the nation, the energy of just people of color, old, young, everyone in between, and just kind of everyone circling around and just some of the anxieties that we may be experiencing as a collective.
So, Dr. Burrell, what tips, tricks, something do you have that might help someone post-election?
Well, so post election is really getting to the point where, okay, re reconnecting really. The last few weeks, the last few days have been really difficult. We've just been kind of sitting, we've been waiting, we've been counting, we've been laughing at memes, hopefully. I know I have.
Yes, yes.
And taking some time to maybe relieve some of those stressors just kind of in the real time. But post election is really when we get back to the all right, how do we start to structure our lives over the next 4 years, regardless of who wins this election? This is a great time for us to reconnect with ourselves. It's a great time to reconnect with maybe some of our hobbies within reason. Again, we have COVID that we also have to think about. So post election, it's a wonderful time to spend with your family, spend it with your friends, do Zoom meetings and phone calls, take a hot bath, work out, exercise, go to happy hour, try to re-engage in some level of normalcy within your life, and with the people that you care about, so that we can start to almost regain and re-energize as individuals and hopefully as a community, because we really need to start healing as a community after we've seen, and I mean literally the TV, right, media is showing a significant divide right down the middle to some degree in some ways, and it's difficult to come to terms with that. That's a hard part.
You know, some of these tips and tricks that I hear, obviously exercising, right? Doing what is self-care that you need to do that includes, drinking in moderation. Some states have recreational use of some substances, right? Again, within moderation. But these seem to be focused on the group of people who seem satisfied with the result. What do you think someone who is dissatisfied with the result should do with their post-election stress?
Well, I think first off is being smart about how to move forward. These last few weeks and these last few months has brought up, I guess, a lot of discomfort between individuals and between groups that we may have felt very close to at one point. And so those post-election who may not be exactly happy with the results may also be experiencing a significant amount of grief and loss in other areas. They may have lost work opportunities, they may have lost friendships and other connections that they've had. So I would actually say kind of the same thing is reconnecting. We've seen people kind of connect in these groups of like-mindedness, which may disperse following the results. And so then it turns into how do you manage this new kind of experience in a way that's healthy, that allows for you to re-engage in a way that's appropriate, in a way that's safe, and for you and for other people. And so I would actually offer a very similar uh, process, really, in order to cope, is to reconnect with yourself, reconnect with who you are, the decision making processes, some of the relationships that are important to you, reconnect with your communities, in a way that's positive and engaging, that promotes self-care and it promotes love. Engage in deep breathing practices, maybe even go to the therapy if necessary or to treatment to regroup once kind of the dust has settled. Attempt to enjoy the holidays. Thanksgiving's coming, Christmas, New Year's. There's a lot of things to look forward to. And so just kind of shifting the perspective from election upset to, okay, what do we need to do to get back to, life as we know it? And in any cycle, in any, competition, that's kind of what I'm going to call this, because that's what it feels. I feel like every time I turn on the TV, I'm looking at highlights, right? What's going on? So even in any competition, there's going to be an identified winner. There's going to be identified loser. Your character is shown in the moments when you lose, right? And being able to say, all right, well, that's over. It's a man, it's an election. I can continue to move forward and I continue to grow, and to remind ourselves as Americans, we're more than an election. We're all here on this, in this nation to work together to the best of our ability, and just reminding ourselves of what that means.
Yeah, I would agree. And I think particularly across this year, a lot of decision making has been due to fear. And because of that fear, people then gravitate towards the individual or towards the idea that helps alleviate that fear. And I think some of the stress, the post-election stress for those individuals who are dissatisfied with the result, might see an increase in that fear initially. But as you say, if you can really self-reflect and think about what it was that connected you and drew you to those ideas, and really think about how can you sort of alleviate those fears in a more positive, pro-social way, I think that's going to go a long way in sort of alleviating the stress that someone's going to be experiencing if they are dissatisfied with the result. So Dr. Burrell, we're running out of time. Any last minute tips and tricks, any last words to give to the viewers?
Elections happen every 4 years, period. It's kind of a thing. And so this is an election. It's going to happen another 4 years, and then another 4 years after that, and so on and so forth. And so just keeping in mind that part of being a democracy is that we absolutely elect our officials, and sometimes you're going to like how it turns out, and sometimes you're not going to like how it turns out, but life goes on one way or another. So continuing to live your best life in any way that you can.
Absolutely. I'll echo those sentiments, and I'll go one more and say, now's the time for everyone to step up and take leadership roles. If there's something that you don't like and there's something that you believe needs to be changed within the community, take action, right? Advocate for the things that you believe in, right? We are a multicultural, multi-idea country, and we will accept all things so long as it's presented in love and within reason. All right.
Thank you so much for having me. I had a good time.
Thanks, Dr.
I appreciate
Burrell.
it.
All right. Thank you very much.
Just wanted to let you know that if you need us, we're still here.
Estamos aquí.
We're still here.
We're still here. We're still here for you.
If you need help, please reach out. We're still here for you.